Okay, so in this video, we will see another object-oriented programming concept, that is encapsulation. What is encapsulation? Actually, encapsulation nothing but binding or bundling the data. Okay, so bundling the data. So in the previous example, we'll see this is the class. Okay, the class name is employee. Okay, so class name is employee 1. I'm taking here class name is employee 1. This employee 1 is bundled with the class variable and the class members. Means this is a single bundle. Its name is employee 1. Okay, so employee 1, when I am calling employee 1, so it is representing all these statements. Okay, so that means all these statements are bundled with the employee 1. Okay, so this we can call as an encapsulation. So complete the data is wrapping into single unit. Yes, the encapsulation means bundling together instance variables and methods from a given type, that is a class. Okay, so the class is forming through the encapsulation only. Okay, so we can understand. So what is encapsulation means? For example, so all pens, pencils, books, all these we are keeping in a bag and zip it. Then you can take that bag, then all the pencils, pens, books will come with you. Okay, so that means the pencils, books, all are bundled through the bag, within the bag. So we can say those articles are encapsulated into the bag. Like that here, student class is bundled with student college name, college code and get details, print details. Okay, so like that. So here encapsulation is the concept of the object-oriented programming. Okay, so what is encapsulation means? Bundling into the single unit. Okay, so bundling into the single unit. What you are going to bundling? Instance variables and member methods. Selected members of a class can be inaccessible. Those we can call as an hidden. Okay, now from its client means another object. Referred to as information hiding. So while doing this encapsulation, some members means some variables or some methods. Some variables or some methods, we can make them as a private. So which we are making as a private, those are not accessible to other objects. Okay, other objects we are saying as a client. Okay, so that means the private members cannot be accessible by outside world or outside objects. That we can call as an information hiding. This information hiding is possible through encapsulation only. That means first you need to bundle what are the private members, what are the public members, that we can bundle separately. The private members are not accessible to outside. Public members can be accessible from the outside of that object. Okay, so this hidden thing, this inaccessible thing we can call as an abstraction. Okay, we are making some variable size, the private means we are restricting the restricting the access of that variables. So that thing we can call as an abstraction. Okay, so this we are saying that private members of a class begin with two underscore characters and cannot be directly accessible. How we can define the private members in the Python means by using double underscore, 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 like that. The example is here, init method. Init method is starting with the underscore, underscore. This init method will be executed with its class objects only. That means if you are using that rough is the class name. If you are using the student class name, student members, student objects only executes that constructor, but not employee object. Employee object cannot execute the student constructor. Means the constructor is a private member. Okay, so like that, the private members cannot be accessible from outside. Okay, so remember that here underscore underscore a, it is also a private member because it started with the underscore underscore, and this is, see, it is b also. So these private members are not possible to call through the outside world. So these this is known as the encapsulation. Okay, so there are some other predefined special methods are there. Okay, so which are also we can see here. The special methods in the Python have names that begin with the end with two underscores characters and are automatically called in the Python. These see underscore underscore init underscore underscore, it is automatically called. So whenever object is creating, then underscore underscore str underscore underscore, it is also called when object is displayed using print. Okay, so then object this underscore underscore repr. So this is also an object is displayed in the Python cell, then it is going to represent. So like that, there are more number of methods, just underscore underscore init, delete, str, repr, add, sub, mul, div. This is less than, greater than. Okay, so less than, equal to, greater than or equal to, equal to, with underscore underscore. These are also called here special methods. Okay, so these are the special methods. These actually the abstracted methods. Okay, now if we need not to call externally, automatically they will invoke. This is about the encapsulation in object-oriented programming. Then we can discuss about the in this video inheritance also. What is the inheritance? Inheritance nothing but fetching the features, fetching the features from its parent. Okay, so who is the parent means there are two objects. Just we'll assume there are two objects. One object is already created, another object is now creating. Already created object having some features, some attributes, those are also required the latest object. So we need not to create again the features because they are already available in the previous object. Just we need to acquire them into the new object. Okay, so the acquiring the features from old object to new object is known as the inheritance. Inheritance is the ability of the class inherit the member of another class. Inherit the members of other class as a part of its own definition. Means a new object. Okay, so there are two objects that I will show you here. See, I can explain in this. Okay, so for example, there are two objects. There are two objects. This is the one object, and this is the another object. Okay, so just this old object. This is already existing object. This we can say as an old one or previous one. This object having some features like id, name. Okay, so then yeah, these two. Just this is old object. Now I'm creating one new object. This new object also required these functionalities or these attributes. That means the previous old one details, and also it wants to define new ones. So new, how it is defining is, okay, so then next date of birth. Okay, so and if any color. Okay, so like that it is having new features. See, along with these new features, the new object is required the old features also. So can I write these old features again here, like id, name? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But the here in this example I am showing only two, but there will be more lines of code. That complete code I required in this new. Then I need to write all those things again. No need. Okay, so no need. So what should we do means just we have to inherit these objects. Okay, just we can inherit those objects. No need to write all these features here again and again. What should we do means just we need to inherit. The inheritance we can represent like this. That is, the old class features are acquiring into the new class. That means automatically these will be available in this. This is known as the inheritance, acquiring the features of old one into the new one. This concept is provided by the Python. So inheritance is possible. Okay, we can fetch the details from old class to new class. Okay, here some terminologies. The old class is known as base class. We can call it as a parent class. We can call it as a super class. The terminologies are same. Base class, parent class, super class. What it will do? It will give the features. It gives features. Features means attributes or methods. Features. And a new class we can call here. If old class is the base class, then we can call this is the derived class. If the base class is the we call as a parent class, then new class we can call as a child class. Child is acquiring the features from the parent. Then if old class called as a super class, okay, now so then we can call this is the save class, slave, super class or master class, and this is the slave class. Okay, so what it will do? It will get the detail, get the features from old. It gives the features to new. It gives the features to new class. Okay, so this is known as the inheritance. Inheritance nothing but fetching the features from old class to new class. What are the terminologies? The old class we can call as a base class, otherwise a parent class or the super class or a master class like that. But a new class is known as a derived class or a child class or slave class like that. Okay, so this is about the inheritance definition. Okay, so see here, inheritance is the ability of a class inheriting the members of another class is a part of the own definition. That means a new class definition. This inheritance class is called subclass or a derived class or a child class. That is new class. Okay, the class from the super class. The super class is also known as a base class or a parent class. Okay, so this is about the inheritance definition. So here we'll see what are the types of inheritances. The types of inheritances are different types we have here. Okay, so those are the single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. Okay, so this is one of the most important question. What is inheritance? What are the types of the inheritances? Okay, so what are the types of the inheritances? We'll see. So one by one with pictorially. So first one is a single inheritance. Single inheritance means there will be one base class, one derived class. One base class, one derived class is known as a single inheritance. Only one child class inherit, only one parent class is called single inheritance. So in the programming we also how we can write means one we can create a one class parent and their statements. Then child class within the brackets we need to write the parent name. That's it. So these are the inheritance is over. Then this is the example. So class 1 with the name 1 we created, one function we created, and class 2 is creating inheriting the 1 within the brackets. While creating the new class, that means a 2 class, we can write the old class name. Then automatically this F1 is also available in the F2. That is automatically F1 is available in the F2. right? So now multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance means there will be more than two classes. Okay, so the first base class, this is the class 1, and it is inheriting to class 2. Again, this class 2 is also again inheriting to class n. Like that, n number of classes we can write in this hierarchy. So that means in these levels, 1 2 3 4 levels. Okay, so like that, this type of inheritance is known as a multi-level inheritance. Class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5, class 6. So class 1 details, class 1 features will come to class 2, class 2 features will come to class 3, class 3 features will come to class n. Like that, if it is coming, such type of inheritance is known as a multi-level inheritance. So in the programming way, how we can write? Parent class, child class. Child class is inheriting parent 1. Again, child 2 inheriting the child 1. Okay, so if there is a child 3 inheriting the child 2, like that. Okay, so here is example 1, and f1 is belongs to 1 class, 2 inheriting the 1 class, and f2. Okay, and also along with this f2 it is having the f1 also. Then 3 class f3 is defining, along with this f3 it is having f1 and f2 also. Okay, so that is a multi-level inheritance. The next third one is a multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means the structure you can see class 1, class 2, class n, like that n number of classes, those are not related to any. Okay, so there is no relation between the class 1 and class 2, class 2 and class 3, class n. But all these are the base classes for the derived class. Okay, so that means the derived class is fetching the features from class 1, and also it is fetching from the class 2, and also it is fetching from the class n. Okay, so there will be multiple base classes, multiple base classes. Such type of inheritance is known as a multiple inheritance. Okay, so then next hierarchical inheritance. In a hierarchical inheritance, see this, only one base class, only one base class, it is giving the features to different derived classes. Okay, so these derived classes are not inheriting again. So these are the separate derived classes. So each derived class having the features of the base class. So this type of inheritance is known as a hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so means how we can write means here, parent class, only one parent class, child 1, child 2, child 3. Child 1 having the parent, child 2 is also having the parent, child 3, child n also having the parent. Okay, so this is a hierarchical. And then next in the hybrid nothing but the combination of the above any type of inheritances. Combination is see here, base class to derived class, single inheritance. Base class to derived class, again derived class to again derived class. This is the multi-level inheritance. Okay, so then multi-level inheritance is including the hierarchical inheritance. There is a multi-level inheritance, a single inheritance, and also hierarchical inheritance. So this is known as a hybrid inheritance. The combination of more than one inheritances is known as the hybrid inheritance. This is the different types of inheritances in Python supports. The programming way how we can write like this. Okay, so one class, class 1, and a class 2 inheriting from the so class 1, class 2, those are not in the inheritances. Class 3 is inheriting from class 2. Class 4 inheriting from class 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Okay, so that means these combination of the previous inheritances is known as this hybrid inheritance. This is about the inheritance concept. Okay, so in the next class we'll discuss about the another concept.